What's going on, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are taking a look at Battlefield 3. This is a patch which releases on the PC tomorrow. So this is the patch that has not been announced yet for the consoles, but you can rest assured that I'm sure a lot of these changes are coming soon to consoles. We'll go over bug fixes first, and then we'll go into balance tweaks, and there's a lot of balance tweaks, a lot of stuff that the community has been wanting and hoping for. I think you're going to be pretty happy with this particular patch. So this is coming out tomorrow on the PC. We'll go through here. Once again, I've highlighted a few of the things that I think are important. If you want to read the rest of it, you can always pause the video. Fix the surveillance ribbon for the tugs. A lot of people have been asking about that. They would send me messages saying they couldn't get any surveillance ribbons, so that was obviously a problem. Fix the problem when attempting to fire lock-on weapons without a target. Also, vehicles weren't properly shooting. They weren't properly shooting rockets and guns towards their predictive sights. Also, HUDs to help colorblinds. So that is actually coming. I'm actually pleased to see that because I might actually try that out. I'm not even colorblind, but sometimes the HUD is really hard for me to see depending on where I'm looking. So those might give us all an advantage whether you're colorblind or not. So that's fixed, and kudos for them for taking that up because I knew it was a big deal in the community. Increase the spawn, protection radius, and team deathmatch. Alright. Also, some users could end up with infrared scope in any vehicle. Unable to revive two players where they were laying on top of one another. Also, green flashes. I'm still seeing a lot of green flashes on the consoles, so I'll be glad whenever that gets fixed and addressed. Also, a lot of different stuff in in between here that I didn't really go over, but air radar, a lot of things being changed. Balance tweaks. This is where the real good stuff comes into. Tweak the tactical light so it's not as blinding over longer ranges. I know everybody's been wanting that. Infrared scope is limited to close range now, so a lot of people were saying that was giving people way too much power and leeway. Also, reduce the heat masking effectiveness of Spec Ops camo. I was wondering at one time how some people were so hard to spot on the ground if you're using the MAV or even if you're in game trying to spot, and somebody suggested that it must be the Spec Ops camo, so I guess that actually does have something to do with it, which is really cool. I wish I would have known that, or else I would have switched over my camo and started using it, which I guess you can still use it until they do come out with a patch for it. Fixed AT mines only live for 20 seconds after a player dies to prevent infinite mines. So I know tons of people were having a heyday with anti-tank mines, just laying them out everywhere. Those days are limited, so that is about to be addressed. Increase the time to live on sniper rounds to allow extreme distance shots. So all those records that you've seen so far on YouTube, those are about to be broken. Fix several descriptions, calibers, and fire rates. The weapons themselves have not changed though, but some of these down here have. Laser-guided missiles missing their targets if the target is moving too fast. A lot of people complain about that with the Javelin, so hopefully that'll make that a lot more improved. The effectiveness of stealth on air vehicles, that's going to be taken away, and beam scanning for jets. Damage to armored vehicles and infantry from AA guns. That's going to bum a lot of my friends out on Battle Strats who love to get in the AA vehicle on the Shire canals, and they tear it up, so that's going to be limited. Damaged RPGs and tank shells due to AA vehicles. Increased accuracy for all weapons on fully automatic. So burst fire is now the preferable to mid-long range. So that's going to be a big shock to a lot of people because a lot of people are using the weapons just fully automatic. I do all the time because it always seemed like the accuracy was the same. So we're going to have to get used to probably switching over and using single shot or burst. Effective accuracy of long bursts for large machine guns or light machine guns. I guess they're both light and large. Increase the reload time of the mortar. So a lot of people were complaining about people just spamming the mortar shells. So that's going to change. It also is going to increase the time it takes the shell to hit the ground. So that's going to make it a lot more difficult for those people. Increase the range and targeting for the SOFLAM and laser designators. So a lot of people thought the SOFLAM was useless, so you might see more people trying that back out. Increase the power of the fighter jet cannons against all vehicle targets, especially helicopters. Still, I would like to see. What I didn't read in here was, stopping the jets from flying right into the helicopters. I think that's a major problem. I haven't seen anything about that yet, or maybe I just skipped over it. Let's see. Miniguns against jets and helicopters decreased. Increased the power of Stingers against jets. So in that last patch that we talked about, they were actually decreasing the Stingers, I thought. But they're going to increase it against jets. Flares are going to take longer to reload. That's going to change things up. You might instead want to go with an extinguisher instead of a flare now on the helicopters and jets, if that's going to take a long time to reload. And a lot of changes to different guns. Tweak the maximum vehicle height on the Shire Canals, so that's a good thing. You can't really go that high when you compare it to other maps, especially if you take a look at the one with the base jump. You can go up there on that map forever. And then minimum player requirements. They have once again made it possible to reduce the number of players required to start a round to 1, both in ranked and unranked mode. So I don't know if that means for console players we're going to actually get some unranked servers and we'll be actually able to use some of those for our private setup. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. But they're also looking to introduce a warm-up mode where you can move around and play the game without scoring, and the number of players, once they reach that maximum threshold of whenever the game should start, then the round will start. So it would be a lot like I believe they did in 1943. So that does it for this video. If you want more tips, tricks, hints, be sure that you subscribe, comment, like. Thanks for watching.